Hi friends, this is Calpun Piso with truth and facts. And remember, I'm mentally healthy. In other words, an atheist. Now, you see the crazies? Again, this is October 2nd, 2015. And there's been like shootings all the time by the crazy lunatics, Christianity-infected people in the United States of America, the crazies, which are Christians, psychotics. Because religion is a mental illness. It's HIV, like I said, the HIV of the neural array. A virus. Because we're full of viruses. And we're full of microbes, bacteria, and all that. Because we are evolved mutated primates. And if these idiots study science, Christianity-affected imbeciles are having stagnated the intellect of people and inducing this psychotic, deluded beliefs of gods and angels and crap like that for over 1700 years, where they helped the Roman Empire disintegrate and all that with this stupid one god crap of the Christus and bullshit like that, which is a psychosis. It's stagnating the brain of people, introducing the Dark Ages. We wouldn't have these things. We would have been in the moon 1,000 years ago if it wasn't with the psychotics. So this man here, look at what happened. Another shooting in Oregon. And mentally healthy atheists, neurologists, intellectuals, and scientists like Dawkins, Harris, Krauss, and others, Bill Nye, for instance, they are blind to facts that we are product of coitus, creating our brains. The brain is the organ we create thoughts with, and we create cultures and all religious psychosis and all that. And when it is sick, it can only create, it cannot tell between fact and fiction. And that's what all religions and schizophrenia and mental disorders come from. Sick brains. And atheists, clueless atheists, intellectuals, and scientists do not see it. And they never define these people for the crazy people they are. You don't see the news, no one mentioning that these people are crazy people. They're psychotic. They're just like people that suffer from depression, bipolar disorder, and all that. Especially Huckabee, the imbecile Christian, talks like an insane man with this Jesus crap nonsense, and atheists don't have the balls and guts to actually call the moron Huckabee for the imbecile he is. The same like Kim Davis. That stupid woman, Christianity-infected imbecile. It's like a schizophrenic. It's like a people with depression or bipolar disorder on the drugs, in positions of power, or working for the government, or becoming governors or senators, and these people are schizophrenic, bipolar, and sick, and nobody questioned their mental health. And this is the problem in this country. Christianity infected the United States of America with churches teaching all that Bible nonsense, mythologies, as if they were reality, and people accept it. And then they have these prayers, which are nothing but they're nothing but utterances of schizophrenics, because that's what a prayer is. A prayer is a telepathic communication to something that doesn't exist, to delusions, to imaginary friends. That's what a prayer is. And clueless atheists don't question these lunatics, like if they were completely sane. And this is the problem in this country.
You're going to see God in just about 1 second, and then he shot and killed them. And he kept going down the line doing this to people.
We come together filled with sorrow for the 13 Americans that we have lost, with gratitude for the lives.
And of course, the reason is a virus of the brain that nobody seems to see, which is religious psychosis. The cancer, the HIV of the brain, nobody seems to see. Religion is organized as schizophrenia. Religion is filled of bizarre mythological beliefs, crazy stuff, mythologies that people accept as true. Exactly the same like in schizophrenia, temporal epilepsy, drug abuse, and trauma to the brain. When people have trauma to the brain, they believe in crazy stuff to be reality. The same thing that in all religions. No difference. And the Secretary of Education resigned. is leaving. So the president is going to announce a new Secretary of Education. But see, this is the problem in the United States. Education. Educators teach kids, trying to feed their brains with information. But the whole country is infected with this Christianity, this psychosis that is taught in churches as reality. It's been going on for over 200 years. Well, actually 1700 years. This mythologies of the Bible crap, of this spiritual crap, and this mumbo-jumbo nonsense as if they were reality. And this is called religion, which is the same like schizophrenia. And the brain is the one that creates thinking. If you infect those kids with all this bunch of lies, saying that 2 + 2 equals any number that you tell them it is, except the truth, which is 4, then you're going to end up with adults. They can be very intelligent and educated, but psychotic, spiritual. In other words, a spiritual psychosis, believing in all this mumbo-jumbo as if it were true. So this is the problem in this country. And the churches are responsible. These imbeciles don't pay taxes. And they keep saying it's just like being in Disneyland. Let's say if you go to Disneyland and Disneyland is all over. All the cities in the United States or the states have a Disneyland park. But everything that is teaching in Disneyland is accepted as reality. Because the prophet Walt Disney got all the revelations, and everybody, all the schools are teaching you that Donald Duck is real, Mickey Mouse is real, the Tinkerbell is real, and all that stuff, and they give you this book that you have to believe as true, and that's the book that they teach you with. And you can be a physicist, a psychologist, a senator, all that, but you still believe in Mickey Mouse to be your Lord and Savior. Exactly the same thing like any churches in the United States of America. And this is what a lot of people, and atheists, mentally healthy, in other words, atheist people, because mental health is what you don't believe in all that crap, which is atheism, you just don't believe in God, and God is an imaginary friend. So that means that you're sane. And atheists are clueless. They don't say that religion is a mental illness. I mean, it's so obvious. It's right there. It's happening all over the place, and everybody ignores it. And it spreads in churches. It's like a cancer, like a virus in the brain. And nobody sees it.
On some issues, never questions the genuineness and heart that he has brought to this job. So I couldn't be prouder of him, and for...
Which is true. He was a great man, but you know, you need a mentally healthy atheist in office, and I think probably Duncan was one of those. But you have to have a scientist, mentally healthy, in other words, an atheist scientist that speaks at least 3 or 4 languages to be the Secretary of Education. Start kicking all the idiots, all the Christianity-infected imbeciles. If you believe in God, you cannot teach. Because your brain is infected with this diluted crap. That is not true. And you're going to spew and teach all this psychosis, this Bible crap and mythologies as if they were reality, affecting your life. And they don't realize that spirit is actually oxygen in the brain, and the brain is the creator of thinking. And you have to teach all the kids that you have to, when you're born by coitus, by an act of coitus from your parents that created you by a spit of a sperm. You have to teach every kid that since they are like 2 or 3 years old, educate them and teach them that the brain is the creator of thinking. Along with all the little, you know, children's books and things like that. But you have to, number one, emphasize the brain. And screw that God bullshit. Don't ever mention that, because that's a psychosis. And they're going to start believing all that stuff to be reality when they're adults. And then you have that problem. And they have to be eliminated. Churches and all this God belief and all this religious psychosis, especially Christ psychosis, have to be eliminated. To have a sane country, a sane nation. In other words, a mentally healthy, in other words, atheist nation that can tell between fact and fiction, don't believe all the crap, the religious psychosis that is like a cancer of the brain. Because the brain is the creator of thinking. This is what the president should actually mention that, but he's an atheist, he's mentally healthy, but he cannot say that because the government of the United States is controlled by Christians Christianity-infected imbeciles. Look at the Senate. Look at the GOP. They don't believe in science. They don't believe in the whole planet is warming up. All these problems coming, and these imbeciles don't see it. And all the big industries, that Christianity-infected imbeciles ruining the planet, they're in power. All the big corporations, Christianity-infected, they care about the money and the power. They don't understand about the planet, though, because they are not atheists. They are not mentally healthy. And there you have it. And they control, with the billions and billions and trillions of dollars these people have, they control the country. And then we have the problem. And scientists, mentally healthy atheist scientists, they don't say anything. They're total idiots. And that's the problem you have in this country. So it's a big mess. And the only moral leadership that you can give kids is mentioning to them the immorality of religious beliefs. Because Christianity is an immoral mental illness, like it's Islam and any other religious psychosis. They create immorality because Christianity created racism. Just read the Bible, the crap on the Bible, racism, pedophilia, homophobia, intolerance, and the rest of it. It's right there. The only thing you have to do is read it. Don't pick and choose whatever hell you want. And this is the problem. So moral leadership is the leadership of mentally healthy atheist scientists that can educate people. Not a Christianity-infected pastor, a priest, or rabbi, or imam, or morons, people like that infected with their religious psychosis. So moral leadership is only done with mentally healthy people. In other words, atheist scientists. They are the ones that should be educators. Mentally healthy scientists. No people infected with religious psychosis, especially Christ psychosis, which is the most devastating virus there is, because of all the problems in the world. And the insanity will continue until neurologists, mentally healthy neurologists in the United States of America are in charge of the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistic Manual of Mental Disorders. The DSM-5 now, created by Christians, psychotic imbeciles in the 1840s. That's where the DSM come from. The DSM is not created by mentally healthy atheists, neurologists, and scientists. No, that's created by a bunch of Christian imbeciles that are in control of the country. That's the reason you have the Diagnostic and Statistic Manual of Mental Disorders that never mentions religious, bizarre, mathematical beliefs. They are no different than those of schizophrenics and people with mental problems. They never equate religion to a mental illness, to a psychosis, because of the DSM-4 written, or DSM-5 written by Christianity-infected doctors. And that's the problem. The brain creates thinking. And they don't realize that. They don't seem to see it. They don't seem to connect the religion to a mental disorder. Religious beliefs, or God belief, or spiritual beliefs, and all this nonsense is a manifestation of schizophrenics, people with mental problems. And they're in charge of the country. And that is the reason we have all this insanity going on in the United States of America today. And it's all over the world. Because Europe is all Christianity infected. Remember Nazism, Christian Hitler, and all the lunatics? That's what it is. They fight the Islam fighting the Christians, and the Christians fighting the Hindus, and the Hindus fighting the Jews, and the Jews, etc. Because everybody that believes in God is a psychotic person. And they have their own set of morality and crazy thinking. And they are powerful. And if they're in power with all these crazy minds, they're going to fight other people that don't think like them. And that's a psychosis, my friend. This is Caput Piso. Pace Dior.